I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hey guys, so it's been a long time since I've done a changing video with my reborns. To be quite honest, I have not really been as into my reborn dolls. I'm sure that you've noticed on my channel, I do a lot more American Girl stuff lately on my channel. For probably like over the past year, it's been mostly American Girl versus reborn dolls. So far this year though, haven't even really been that interested in my American Girls either. Yeah, I've bought some and whatever, but I've even found that I've been struggling to have the motivation to take the weekly photo for the weekly photo challenge. But I used to be great about like every Sunday picking a doll, dressing them up, and taking the photo and posting it. But I've been struggling to have the motivation to do anything with any of my dolls lately. It's been honestly from like basically the beginning, I would say like since the beginning of 2021, I have been struggling mentally with a lot of stuff. So the past year and a bit, because it's now been over a year, year and a half, I guess. It's just been a struggle for me, and I just have found that I've slowly lost interest in my doll hobby more and more, and I'm wanting to try to get back into it. It's just finding the motivation lately. I've just been struggling emotionally with a lot of things. So with that said, Noah here is still in his St. Patrick's Day outfit. Joshua is still in his Valentine's Day outfit. Grace is still in her Valentine's Day outfit, as is Zoe. I have Haley, I think it's Haley, Maya, and I think it's either Yuki or Savannah, are all still in their Christmas outfits. Oh, Landon is also still in his Christmas outfit. Like, it's ridiculous. I have never done that before. Like, usually by January, my dolls are out of their Christmas outfits completely. Like, I've always been good about like changing them for the holidays and everything, but I just have not had the motivation. I've been struggling with some health issues as well, and so my fatigue has been quite bad as well, so that doesn't help with the motivation either. When you've got fatigue, it's like hard to push through. So yeah, there's just been a lot. And then on top of it, I have noticed things going on in the doll community that I don't like, that have been really disappointing to see and really bothering me. And I don't know, I just feel like the reborn doll community has really gone downhill, and it's become this world of bullying, fighting, scamming. I mean, it's just so much. And I really tried for the longest time to not let it affect my ability to enjoy the Reborn dolls, but it really has started to chip away. And so while I change Noah today, I'm gonna finally change him into this outfit he got for Christmas from his Auntie Marilyn. It is a Love Ellen DeGeneres outfit, 0 to 3 months. It's light gray and it's a one piece. It's like a romper, and it's got rainbow colored stripes. It's got this cute little pocket on the front with a cute little vinyl print on here of a white dog with a gray spot around his eye. His nose is like a heart. It's got some blue button, 3 blue buttons at the top, but it also has a little hood, but it's short sleeve. It is a little hot for it. In terms of the legs are long, it's not shorts, but it is what it is. I really want to try this outfit on him. I had planned to do it when the weather was like that in between spring and summer, but like I said, I just haven't had the motivation. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about today was regarding the Reborn doll community and just some things that I have seen lately that have really disappointed me and quite frankly disgusted me. So I'm gonna start this off by saying, I don't know when it was. It was like, I think it was sometime last year that I discovered a new Reborn doll channel called the Reborn Family. And I usually, in videos like this, I usually don't name names, and I won't be naming names in terms of like who said what. But I'm actually not planning to say anything bad about the Reborn Family. I'm just going to put that right out there to begin with, because I actually really like their channel. And I know I'm completely going against the grain here, because right now there seems to be like this major witch hunt out over this channel that has really disappointed me to see. And so I am not a person that goes with the crowd. I never have been. I do not jump on the bandwagon for anything. I look at things for myself and draw my own conclusions. So, with that said, I discovered the Reborn Family channel, and I believe I discovered them from their, I think it was like their very first video, which was about being fired because of Reborn dolls, and it kind of caught my interest, and it was really quite an interesting story, and I was like, wow. And then I started watching their other videos, and I really enjoyed the down-to-earth nature of their channel. And so then, as most of us who are aware of this channel and whatever's been going on in the doll community probably are aware of, they took part in being interviewed about the Reborn dolls by another channel called, another YouTube channel called Truly. And I watched it, and I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it. I remember when I first saw it, I sent the links to my friends, Paula, Diana, Marilyn, like we have a little group chat. And I sent it to them. And I was like, wow, I think this is like one of the nicer media pieces I've seen on Reborn dolls. I actually thought it was quite well done. Sorry guys, I just realized that my camera cut out there. So what I was saying was, I was about to say, sure, it was quite clear that the creators of the video, like from Truly, tried to put that spin on it being weird or creepy. I don't remember what kind of music they used. I know the Guardians piece used like that creepy kind of music. I don't recall there being any creepy kind of music on this Truly piece though. So I was impressed that they didn't go that front. But it was clear by the title of the video, and that I figured before anything was even said, I figured they had edited a couple of things to make it sound like this Reborn collector cares for her reborns like real babies 24/7. I figured there was some editing involved in that because there generally is. And here's the deal, guys. When it comes to the media pieces on Reborn dolls, I think we just have to come to accept that any press is good press at this point, okay? There have been lots of people that have been brought to this hobby from seeing media pieces like that. You know, there's probably been people that weren't even aware this hobby existed, saw one of the media pieces, and it piqued their interest, and they probably thought, oh, I could benefit from this hobby. And then they join the hobby. I think we have to realize that no matter what we do, what we say, how we present the hobby, how media presents the hobby, the fact of the matter is that the people who have zero interest in this hobby and never will are never going to get it. They're just never going to get it, okay? They may be able to appreciate looking at the art side of it, but it's not going to be for them. And that is okay. I mean, would I love it? Would I love to see our hobby more accepted by the general public? Sure. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't think so. I just don't think so. And I really don't believe that people who decide to do these media pieces, I do not believe that they have to represent the entire hobby. Sorry, not sorry. I just don't agree with it. I think what should be happening is that when you present the Reborn dolls to people who aren't aware of them, that the important thing is that you be honest to the people why you have them. And that's always been one of my biggest qualms personally, is there's a channel in particular, I'm not going to name them, but there is this one channel in particular who loves to get reaction videos for their channel, and that's fine and dandy. I love reaction videos. I love seeing the different reactions in public. I think it's great. It's good entertainment. I like watching the reactions. I like experiencing reactions in public. Sure, sometimes we might get like the odd nasty one or someone like giving us weird looks, but for the most part we get good reactions when we take our babies out, and so I enjoy that. And if it brings views to your channel, all the more power to you, is what I say. But here's my qualm with this one particular channel. It's not the Reborn Doll Family. Like like I said, I love their channel. I enjoy their videos. I support them 100%, and I'm gonna get into a little bit more after. But what I wanted to touch on, and I'm sorry if this is all over the place because I'm trying to keep my thoughts cohesive here, but What I can't stand are channels that they go out and they film to get the reactions. That's fine. But when they get the reactions, it's how they handle the reactions that I don't like. So, for example, this one channel in particular that it just drives me nuts. And Nicole feels the same way. Nicole and I have talked about this channel a lot together. Whenever they get a reaction and the person reacting asks the woman who's filming, when she asks her, why do you have these reborn dolls? Now, she is asking her herself. Like, she is asking her, why do you yourself have these reborn dolls? But the problem is that the one that's making the video never answers that question. She never says why she herself has the dolls. She goes off into a spiel about all the reasons that all different people collect the dolls. And the very first thing she goes to is, oh, some people have them because they can't have kids or they've lost a baby. Some people have them for depression or anxiety and they're therapeutic. Some people have them for the art and they collect and blah, blah, blah. And she just lists off the whole thing, which, okay, that's giving representation to everyone in the hobby, okay, but my qualm with it is that she's not saying why she is in it. And I feel that it's incredibly important to answer that question first. Why do you have the reborn dolls? Because that, to me, is like, if the people that take the reborns out are doing it to educate people, then that's your time to do it. Because if you are in it for the art, for collecting, and you're getting together with other collectors and that's why you brought the doll, say that. Because that's your time to represent that part of the community that collects for the art side of it, right? And if you do have it for therapeutic reasons, then say that too, because it's important that you're honest about why you have the dolls. That's my biggest thing. Just be honest with people why you yourself have the dolls. It's not about representing the entire hobby. Because the more that people meet different people who are in the hobby for different reasons, then it will show that the majority of the people in the hobby do have, you know, have it for the art and collection and all that stuff. Now, the other issue that I have with these people who, I don't know, there was a whole bunch of people that seemed to attack the Reborn family for doing this media piece. And I don't understand it because there's been so many other YouTubers that also did media and never got flack for it. There was, many years ago, there was, what was her name? I used to follow her channel. Her name was Becky. Her channel was something like Reborn Princess or something like that. And she at one point created a fan club called We Love Reborns or something like that. And I had joined it. And I loved her videos. She did the roleplay videos, she did reaction videos, she did changing videos, chat videos, she did it all. And that's the other thing I have. I don't understand why people are taking this media thing on Truly and just attacking the Reborn family because of it. Because their channel isn't any different than any other Reborn channel out there. They are pretty much doing the same type of videos that everyone else does. Outing videos, reaction videos, changing videos, box openings, haul videos. I mean, that's what, and they do roleplay videos. And I've done all of those type of videos myself. And yet I've never been attacked for it. So I don't understand. And let me tell you, I was approached by a media outlet many years ago. There was a lady that was going to be working on a documentary. I think it was supposed to be about all, like, just doll collectors. And it was going to cover, each episode was going to cover a different type of doll that people collect. Like, they were going to do Barbies, all these different types of dolls. And they wanted to do an episode on Reborn dolls, and they wanted to talk to me about it. And I was excited about it. I was hoping that I'd be able to represent the hobby and shine some light on it, and some positive light, hopefully. But what happened was, the lady, she came to my house. She looked at my collection. She briefly talked to my husband a bit, but mostly talked to me. But she was asking me different questions about my hobby. And at this point, there was no filming involved. This was sort of like, I guess, like a pre-screening of me, I guess, to see if I was someone they wanted on the show. To preface that, to say I never got chosen because I was 100% honest with my answers about why I was in the hobby and why I liked making, because at that point I was really into making the Reborns as well. But she kept asking me questions like, do you change your babies every day? Do you pretend to feed them every day? Like, I know she was trying to dig to see if I took care of my Reborns on a daily basis as if they were real, which I don't. I don't do that. And I was answering no, no, I don't do that. But she kept pressing. She's like, oh, but you know, like, do you do this, this, and this? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I just basically enjoy making videos of them. I will change them for a video. I will sometimes role play for a video because it's like making a little skit. And of course I enjoy making them. And I said, overall, I just enjoy dressing them and displaying them. And she's like, okay. And so she was taking all these answers down. And anyways, I never heard from her again because I got the impression she was wanting someone who was like all in with the Reborns 24/7, treating them like a real baby. And yeah, the fact of the matter is, sure, I would say like the majority of the people in this hobby do not do that. Now, I'm going to preface this to say the issue that I have with this sudden influx of people getting so heated and angry over people who role play or who do maybe care for the Reborn like it's a real baby. and saying that, oh, you know, that doesn't represent the community as a whole, and that and like they get so like mad and heated, and I'm like, why are you getting, like, I don't personally get it. And it makes it sound like, it gives off the vibe that the people in the hobby that do actually do those things are bad people, or they're wrong. Like, it sends off that message that's like, if you're not in this hobby for the art and collecting, and you're actually like in it to fill a void of not having a kid or blah 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 blah, and you're like in it for role playing, and you're in it for caring for them like a real baby, then you're wrong and you're not welcome in the community. That's the vibe I get from that. And to me, that's just wrong. And I don't like it. It's icky. It's really, really icky to me. I don't like that. The fact of the matter is there's so many different reasons that people are in this hobby. And that's okay. It's okay that we all do this hobby differently. No one says everyone has to do it the same way. You can do this hobby however you want. Whatever makes you feel best. Whatever makes you happy. And I don't think it's right to ostracize people, you know, just because it's not, just because roleplay isn't for you, or you don't care for your reborn like it's a real baby. Okay, it's not for you, but for someone else, that might be what gets them through the day. And that's fine. And that's great. And I think all aspects of this hobby and all aspects of what people do within the hobby is what should matter. Like, all of it should be represented. All of it. And the fact is that we have to realize that when it's the media, they're always going to want some kind of shock factor. So they are always going to go for the angle of helping people grieve, or helping Alzheimer's, or helping in some therapeutic way. That's what they're going to go for. Because just putting it, saying, oh, look at this art, I like how realistic the artists paint the dolls and sculpt the dolls, and I like to display them. It's not interesting for media, right? It's just not. Like, that's just how the media works. Excuse me. And that's okay, because the fact of the matter is, a lot of these media coverages have brought new people to the hobby. And we just have to realize that there's just never going to be a way to normalize this hobby, because people outside of the hobby are always going to have preconceived notions of what the hobby is. Whether they see a media piece or not, they're seeing this doll that looks like a real baby, and they get that uncanny valley where it's like, oh my gosh, it looks so real that it's creepy to them. And there's always going to be people who will think you are weird for being in this hobby, whether you role play or not. It's just a fact that we have to live with. And all we can do is do our best to represent why we ourselves are in the hobby on our YouTube channel. That's all we can do. And, you know, I'm gonna say, and then the other aspect that people are like going off on a tangent about with the Reborn family is, oh, they just started their channel because they just want views and they want to make money. Okay, first off, how many YouTube channels out there are monetized? Mine is. Mine's monetized. Because my whole thought was like, if I can make money off of a hobby that I love and enjoy doing, why the heck not? And there was a point where I was making really good money on my channel, to where there was one time where I was out of work and was able to use my YouTube money to pay the bills. So I was like, wow, like I get to enjoy my hobby, play with my dolls, and pay the bills. Why not? Why not? You know that whole saying, if you find something that you love and you do something that you love, you won't work a day in your life, right? If this is someone's passion, that they love their reborn dolls and they love making videos of them and sharing them with other people in the community, and they can also make a living off of it, I say more power to them. Go for it. Go for it. Make it a business. Who cares? Reborn doll artists that sculpt the kits and make the dolls and sell them are also making money off the hobby. They are. They're profiting. They enjoy doing their art and they make a profit off of it. What is wrong with it? I don't understand why this one particular family that's a new channel to the community, why they're being ostracized so much. I don't understand the reasoning. It makes zero sense to me, and it's really been disheartening to see who's like just attacking these people out of nowhere just for doing a media piece that's going to bring attention to our hobby. Because guess what? Sometimes negative attention ends up being good attention. It might bring new people to the hobby. The hobby's growing on a daily basis. And I guarantee you that there's lots of people out there that aren't aware of the hobby that might see one of these media pieces, or might see someone who brought their reborn doll to the mall and fall in love and want to get one themselves. And then next thing you know, they've joined the hobby. And then they're helping get the word out on the hobby. I don't understand what the problem is with that. I don't get it. To me, any attention to our hobby is good attention, and it may help some people understand, but again, we can't expect everyone to get it. We can't expect everyone to think it's normal. We're always going to look a little crazy. It's just the way it is. I also wanted to say that in regards to this whole making money on YouTube nonsense that people seem to all of a sudden take issue with, again, just with the Reborn Family, which just, I don't know, it boggled my mind. I just want to preface this to say, my channel started out, what did my channel, I think probably the first videos that I put on my YouTube channel were of my singing and of some video from my very first doll meetup in 2007. And the only reason I put it on YouTube was because the website for my Neonates and Baby Think It Over group was on GeoCities, and I was using the free version, so I didn't have a lot of storage space for my website. And I was like, there's absolutely no room for me to upload these videos, and I wanted to be able to share video from our meetup for the group members who couldn't make it to the meetup. So the easiest way to do that was to put it on YouTube and then send out links to it to the members of the group, and also put it on our website. And at that time, my first thought too of reasonings why I wanted to film our meetup was to try and help raise awareness. My goal back then was to try and make more people aware that there's a lot of adults in this hobby that, you know, like to collect these dolls. And also, like, a lot of us at that time, like in that group, we had like the real cares where you had to like care for them. They'd cry for care. You have to feed them, burp them, rock them, change them, like actually full on interact with them. And we liked doing that. We liked role playing with our dolls. And I was trying to figure out ways to help that be a known thing. And I back then was hoping I could help normalize it with our videos. But, you know, and that's sort of been my goal throughout the years, is by sharing the hobby, is to try to normalize it a little bit at least. But, and you know what, we've run into lots of people who would never own these dolls themselves, but they give us positive reactions, and they say like, not for me, but it is a beautiful art, and they acknowledge that, and they tell us, you know what, like, whatever makes you happy, right? And that's great that there's people out there like that. And then of course there's always going to be haters that like will always just say you're nuts and whatever. Que sera, sera. Who cares? Life is too short to worry about what other people think of our hobby. Just do your hobby your way, whatever that way is, and enjoy it. Like, I don't understand the problems. And then getting back to my channel, like after those videos, I just was posting videos of me singing. And then when I was diagnosed with lupus, I started vlogging about my lupus journey. I had no intention of putting dolls and stuff on my channel. But what happened is through my vlogging, some of my dolls got into my vlogs because I was starting to get into making the reborns, and I started to share that in my vlogs. And over time, I started to notice that the videos that had my dolls in them were getting more views than my regular vlogs. And as a YouTuber, you're like, oh, people like seeing this because these videos are getting more views. So I naturally started to show my dolls more. And at that time, I wasn't even monetized. I was just like, oh, these are getting more views, so maybe I'll put more energy into my doll videos than my other ones. And then, you know, more and more people from the doll community started joining my channel, and so I made more doll videos. And then a friend of mine at the time told me about how, hey, did you know you can monetize your videos? And so I did. And then the moment I monetized my videos, I was a YouTube creator, and it was my job. And I was like looking at my analytics and trying to make more videos that brought more views and brought more money. I mean, that's what you do as a YouTuber if you're making it your job. Now that's not to say that I fully went with like, I mean, you guys see, like I still do vlogs on my channel because I also wanted to stay true to myself. I didn't want to completely go to like, oh, I'm only going to make, you know, videos that make me tons of money. I wanted to also make videos that I enjoyed making. And so that meant that sometimes I would make a video that I knew before I even uploaded it that it wouldn't get a lot of views. But it was a video that I wanted to make. So it was like, whatever, I'm still gonna put it up because I want to make this video. And it's for me more than other people. And so there was like, you know, videos that did really well and videos that didn't do well and whatever. I didn't really care. But I will say that when the money started coming in more and more, and I started making more money, it was a motivating factor to make more videos. You know, like there was a time that I didn't make daily videos, but when the money starts coming in like that, you're like, wow, I need to like keep up on this momentum. And that's when I started to make daily videos, because then it just brought more money. And I had fun making the videos. I enjoyed it. And I'm going to say, I don't role play off camera, but I enjoy, or I used to, I'm not so big into it anymore, but I did go through a phase where I really loved doing role play videos because it was a creative outlet for me. It was so much fun to like kind of come up with a skit in my head of what I wanted to do, and then try to like translate that onto film. And then there's the process of editing it to make it look as real as possible, adding sound effects, adding music, so many things, right? There's so many creative aspects to it. And from what I'm seeing on the Reborn Family, that's what they're doing. They're creating an entertainment channel. And I like that. I like watching roleplay videos. I like doing roleplay videos because it's creative. And I've always been creative. From the time I was a kid, I was always into singing, dancing, acting. I was always interested in photography, film. And so this Reborn hobby was a way to tie all of that in together for me with my YouTube channel. And I'm not gonna lie, when I created my doll break segment, it was because I wanted to try my best to separate my vlogs from my doll videos, just so that people who are there for the vlogs can just watch the vlogs, and people who are here just for the dolls can watch doll break. And some people watch both. Now sometimes my dolls still trickle into my vlogs because it's just it's part of whatever I'm filming. But I tried to keep them separate at that time, and my thought was like, wow. And I'm not even gonna lie, because people are ragging on the Reborn Family, first off, before they even know what exactly is happening. But they're speculating that the Reborn Family might be doing a reality TV show or something like that. And here's what I say to that. Good for them. Do it. Because there was a time where I actually had thought to myself, man, it would be so cool if there was like a reality show where like the family had reborn dolls. I would totally watch that. And so then when I created my doll break intro, I don't know, like some of you guys have picked it up. I don't know if everyone has. My doll break intro video is a parody of like John and Kate plus 8. You know, those stupid TLC shows that I don't watch it anymore. Like the frickin' Duggars, who are like a shit show now. But, yeah, it was like a parody of those like family reality shows on TLC. That's what it was. Because I was like, my original vision for my doll videos was, oh, like, let's make it like a doll reality show. That was my original vision. Now, it went completely off course from that. Just because I figured out what I liked to film. But, you know, like, I kind of look at my travel vlogs where I travel to like the Rose doll shows and that. I filmed them very much reality TV style. It was like a family vlogger, but vlogging with my reborns. So yeah, so you might as well come at me. You might as well come at me with your pitchforks then, because I tried to make money off of my channel and I was like wanting to do role play and blah 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 blah. But yet you all watched my videos and commented wonderful things on my videos. But for some reason you're attacking this family for doing absolutely nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. I have watched so many of their videos and live streams and what have you, and I think they're a lovely family. And I think that they have found a hobby that they can enjoy together as a family, which is wonderful. Like, I so wish that Alex would, I mean, look at, Alex is supportive of my hobby, obviously. I have, you know, he doesn't care what dolls I buy or how many I buy or whatever. He's supportive of my hobby. He knows it makes me happy. But he is not comfortable taking them out in public with me. He would never change one of my Reborn dolls or carry one of them or push a stroller or anything like that. She is very, very blessed to have a husband who is actually into the hobby with her. That is fantastic. And it's obviously a hobby that they all enjoy together. And they enjoy going out with their Reborns and getting reactions, as do I. I love it too. Funny that. I love that too. And I have so many fun reaction videos on my channel that I have never gotten flack for, from the very same people who are giving flack to these people. Do you see the irony in it? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like a witch hunt for no reason. I don't get it. And people throwing out these like wild accusations about them with absolutely no proof to back it up. It's really bizarre. And like, they clearly enjoy making roleplay videos. And she actually explained in one of her recent live streams about like the roleplay and how she finds it to be like acting, like making a skit, and it's a creative outlet. And that's exactly what I've always said about my roleplay videos. I have always said that. I've always told you guys that my roleplay videos are for entertainment. They're a creative outlet for me. It's something I love and enjoy doing. So again, I asked, what's so different? What's different between my videos and these people's, this new channel? What's the difference? And also, like, there's so many other people in the Reborn community that do the same videos as the Reborn family. There are some channels that I watch that only do roleplay videos. Literally, that's all their videos are, is roleplay videos. And they don't get flack. So, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's really disheartening to see grown women. We're not in high school days anymore, people. We are grown women. I'm 40 years old. I'm sure these other women are about the same age. And they're attacking some new member of the community for what? What did they do? Made the same kind of videos that so many other channels make? Went on a media video like many other channels have? I mean, almost all the media pieces that I have seen on Reborn dolls over the years, and there are many, a lot of them have people that I know in the community, artists, reborn collectors that I follow on YouTube. And they were praised for it at the time. Like Reborn Princess, Becky. She was praised. She went on 2 media things. She went on a talk show. I think she was on like, I don't know if it was Dr. Phil or some other talk show. She was on a talk show along with like a news snippet thing. And she was praised for it. So tell me why this new family is being attacked. I cannot wrap my head around it. And this whole nonsense of people that are like constantly drilling it, that the majority of the people in this hobby collect and are in it for the art. What that message does, that sends a message that the people that are in this hobby that don't do it that way are wrong, and that they're crazy, and that there's something wrong with them. And that's not okay. That is not okay, because I've told you guys my backstory on how I got into these dolls. And like I said, I started out with the electronic neonate, which is like a toy version of the parenting dolls that you get in high school. And I'm not going to lie. I've told you guys this before. I've been honest with you guys all along that when I started in this hobby, my vision was to fill the void of not having a baby. That was my initial reason to get into it, was that I had major baby fever and I wanted to have a baby to take care of like a real baby. I had this dream in my head that I was going to take my baby out in public with me all the time. I was going to take my baby to family gatherings. I was going to do, I was going to put them in pajamas at night, dress them in the morning, all this stuff. And I got my electronic neonate right around the time I first got sick from a black henna tattoo. That's a whole, you can go and look at that on my channel, whatever. And I apologize for the background noise. I should have turned off my dehumidifier. And that's what I initially started with the hobby. I actually did want to do those things. I did want to do those things, but it wasn't accepted. And I wasn't as strong back then. I let people hamper, or what is that the right word? Dampen. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Lupus, brain fog. I let people get in the way of the way that I wanted to do my hobby. Now, I did, during that time that when I first got my electronic neonate, I still lived with my mom at the time. I wasn't even dating Alex yet. I would go in my bedroom, close the door, and I would interact with my neonate like it was a real baby. And sometimes I couldn't sleep because I had like these hives all over my body. I would get up at like 5 in the morning when my mom was still asleep, and I would take my baby out with me to watch TV, and I would give her a bottle. I would change her diaper. I would do all the things you would do with a real baby. And it helped me a lot. And there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, sometimes to this day, I would love to be able to take my reborn baby everywhere. But again, I told you, like, Alex isn't comfortable with it. I used to sometimes take them to family gatherings to show off a new reborn, but I got the sense that people were weirded out by it, so I stopped. I let other people get in the way of that. And now I'm at a point in my life that I don't have the time to care for a reborn doll like 24/7. And like I've told you guys just at the beginning of this video, the last year I haven't really had much of a motivation for the hobby anyway. But I'm just saying, like, and you know, that's not to say, like, if I had a real baby, obviously I would have to, because they demand care, but the reborns don't demand your care. So I'm more likely to be like, like, I can leave them there. They're not going to die. They are a doll. Right? But that's not to say I haven't had, you know, there's been the odd day where off camera I've gotten up in the morning, changed a reborn, held them while watching TV, gave them a bottle, changed their diaper. I've done that. I've done it. It's not something I do every single day, but I've done it. I've talked to my reborns. I kiss my reborns. I cuddle my reborns. And to be quite honest, many of the people who are attacking the Reborn family, I have seen them talk to their reborns, kiss their reborn, and cuddle their reborn as well on camera. So while you may not role play per se in the sense of doing a whole like routine day in, day out, or even doing like a skit on video, you're still changing your doll on camera, talking to your doll, or cooing over how cute they are and how sweet they look, kissing them or cuddling them or holding them. That's still a form of role play, guys. It is. I have not met a single reborn collector who hasn't at some point instinctively started rocking one of their reborns when they're holding them, or patting their bum, or talking to their reborn while they're changing them because they look so real and they're so cute. We've all done it. I guarantee we've all done it. That's a form of role play. And even if after you do that, you go and put your reborn on a shelf and don't look at it again till the next video you make, it's still a form of role play that you're showing on video, which you say represents the whole community. Do you see what I'm saying? That it's hypocrisy, really. It really is. There's no right or wrong way to do this hobby. Everyone needs to do what they want to do, what makes them happy in this hobby. And if you want to make money off it, more power to you, is what I say. Go for it. And if you think you can represent the hobby better than another person, then go out and make your own documentary or something. Hell, I had the thought at one point of making a documentary myself. I just didn't have the means to do it. Like, I don't have the money to travel all over to interview people, is what I'm saying. But I did have an idea at one point that, like, man, I would love to make my own documentary. I did sort of do like a small version of it at one of the Rose Doll shows I went to. I have a video where I interviewed different people at the show to get different perspectives on the hobby. And I feel like that video really represented the community well. I spoke to both artists, collectors, or artists who also collect. And I felt like it gave like a very good representation of the community. But it wasn't something I had the means to do on a bigger scale. I had considered trying to do like a weekly interview on my channel with various artists and collectors. just interviewing through like Skype or something. But I don't know. I couldn't figure out the logistics of it or how it would work. I'm not that technical in that sense. But hey, if you feel like you could do that, go for it, please. I mean, I think it's at a point that if you really are that upset with how the media is portraying the hobby, go out there and change that. Try and do something yourself to change that. Otherwise, just accept it as what it is. The media is going to portray it however they feel will make the piece successful. And just know that there's always going to be people that are going to think this hobby is weird no matter what way you do it. And that's okay. I know that even like video games can sometimes be looked down on as a hobby. There are people that don't understand why people play video games. I've heard it before. Some people think people are weird for playing video games. There's so many different hobbies that there's always going to be a few people that won't understand that particular hobby. And it is what it is. Accept it, move on, do the best you can at representing the hobby, and leave it at that. Anyways, guys, I've rambled long enough, but I think I covered what I wanted to cover in this video. And I'm sorry it's so long, but I'm really riled up on this topic. I really don't like what I've been seeing and the things that have been said and accusations being thrown around, like I said, with no proof. It's just really, really bothered me. And I've been really wanting to make this video for a while now because it's just gotten to the point where I feel so bad for this family who just wanted to join the community and wanted to make some fun videos and do videos that they wanted to see. And that was the other thing she said. Sorry, one more thing to add. She said in her live stream that she wanted to make video, like there were certain types of videos she wanted to see on Reborn Dolls on YouTube that she couldn't find, and she wanted to make the videos that she wanted to see. And that's what I used to do too. I used to do that too. I used to be like, man, I wish like some people would do this in a video with their reborns or this in a video, and I went and did those. I did those. So I guess what I'm getting at is that if you're gonna hate on these people for all these different reasons that I listed, you might as well hate on me and a bunch of other channels as well that do those exact same things. So I just thought I'd put that into perspective for you guys. Maybe stop the witch hunt that has literally no basis to it. And why don't we just like give people benefit of the doubt and welcome new members into our community? Welcome them. It's more people joining the hobby. It means our hobby's expanding. Isn't that what we want? The more people in the hobby, the more our hobby will be known. The more people in the hobby, the more chance we have at having our hobby accepted by more people. But again, don't expect it to be accepted by everyone, because it never will be. Anyways, here's Noah. I'm not going to put his hood on. It's too hot. But he looks super cute in this outfit from his Auntie Marilyn. Thank you, Marilyn, for this outfit. It fits him really, really well. I'm going to try to pull back the camera here so we can get all of him in there. There. So you can see his little feet. Oh, it fits him so cute. He looks so adorable. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry it is so long. I was trying to figure out a way to condense what my thoughts were, but my thoughts are kind of all over the place right now. I'm just very riled up on this topic. I've been very heated and mad about the things that I've been seeing, and I just felt like I had to say something. And I know it's going against the grain, it's going against what the majority of people are saying about this piece, but I've never been one to follow the crowd. I have never been. And I am not going to start that now at 40 years old. Sorry. If I see something that I think is wrong and hurtful, I'm going to call it out. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.